Hello enemies and book lovers, my name is Ash and welcome back to my channel. Of course, I decided to make myself a little challenge again. I have a tendency to make these on my channel and I have a lot of fun with them, so I'm going to continue doing it anyway. But for this one, it's going to be romance. So if you're not a romance reader, might not want to care about this series, but if you like romance, this might be a decent place to be. Where this came from is I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of books on my KU wish lists. This is a place where I put all the romance books I want to read in the future. They're all from Kindle Unlimited, so if you are interested in them, you can also get them too. But essentially, every single time I hear about a book from KU that I'm interested in, I put it into a wish list on my Kindle, and that way I can get back to it whenever I want to without adding it to my Goodreads. So I wanted to do kind of something that kind of helped me prioritize my Kindle romances and try different series, try different indie authors, self-published authors, support them if I can. So I decided to make this video. As you saw probably from the thumbnail and the title, we're going to be doing this with raffle tickets. This is my mug that has all of my raffle tickets in it, and I'm going to talk about them really quickly with you. So there are three categories in this. We have purple, which is LGBTQIA+, so characters who are LGBTQIA+. That alone has around 40 raffle tickets. We have blue, which has the second most amount of raffle tickets with around 90. This is White Shoes, so it's a female character with at least 2 other men. I love White Shoes personally, so you know, never complaining about that. And with the most amount of tickets in here is the pink ones, which are just romance, so monogamous relationships with paranormal, fantasy, or contemporary romance. So this one has the most, around 150 or so. So in total, there are 271 tickets in this. So I want to get this down and try to read series that I'm interested in on KU because I really need to prioritize that. So in this video, I'm going to be taking out 2 and seeing if they're good. If I enjoy them, if I DNF one, I will take out a third, but hopefully I will not DNF anything. All these are ones I'm interested in and added for a reason. So fingers crossed I will like anything or everything I pull. Unlikely, but let's hope for the best. I'm gonna pick one out now, finish the book, and then pick out the second one. So I'm gonna wait to finish the first one before I start the second one, because I like to have that element of surprise after I finish the first book. And because it's on KU and I don't have to worry about wait times and stuff, I don't have to worry about choosing both right now. I don't really use Amazon very often. I don't like Amazon and everything that's been happening with them especially, but I haven't used Amazon, I think in like the past 3 years, I think I've used Amazon less than 5 times. I don't have Prime. I don't use it ever hardly anymore. And I only get KU once in a blue moon. So I think I got KU last like 5 months ago. So I don't use Amazon very often. So let's go and do that with this mug and see which one I get first. Let's see. Do I choose that one? It flew. It flew out like it wanted to be chosen. Okay, let's pick that one. I'm really excited. This is a White Shoes. It flew out and this is number 673. I think mine go from like 430 to like 700. So if you have any good luck numbers from those numbers, choose one. I think 448 and 444 are the numbers I would choose because they're from like 400 to 700. But anyway, this is 673 and this is a White Shoes. So I'm excited. I haven't read a White Shoes in so long and I've been really wanting to. So let's see what this one is. The name will have the name of the author and the address will be the name of the book. So let's see what this one is going to be. I mean, I don't think you know what it is, but I'll show you anyway first, just in case. This is by Eva Chase and this is Thief of Silver and Souls. Eva Chase is actually a very popular romance author from what I know. I feel like I've heard her name a lot of the time. So I'm very curious. Thieves of Silver and Souls. Let me go and check what that is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I recognize this cover. I saw this on Covers with Cassidy's channel, so I am even more interested. So Thief of Silver and Souls is the first book in the Rights of Possession books. This is the first out of 4 books, and this one is 540 pages. Why did I have to get the... Why? I have a curse with long books. I am so cursed with my long books. Why does that happen to me? So this is very unfortunate for me to get, but also I am kind of curious about this. This came out in October of 2023, so it's not too old of a release. And like I said, there's only 4 books in the series. Hoping that's all there's going to be, because I don't need more than that in my life. I'm going to read the very simple sentence of what this book is about, but I'll talk more about details in my next clip when I talk about the book itself. Thief of Silver and Souls is the first in a new fantasy romance series following of forbidden magic, impossible love, hot damaged men, and a rebellious heroine who's so much more than she imagines. I prefer also if there's a White Shoes, if there's less than like 3 men. 4 is like my tops. More than 4 men is always too much for me. I mean, not in real life. God, that makes it sound so bad. I meant like in fictional settings, 4 is enough, okay? In real life, 1 is enough, but in books, 4 is enough. So I'm gonna read this, give you an update very soon, talk about what this is about, and then my overall thoughts. So let me go and do that, get to this book, and see if I enjoy it. So I'm gonna go do that now. Apologies if you can hear my neighbor beside me. He likes to rev his annoying car engine. But we're gonna start with this video because I have things to talk about. Yesterday, less than 24 hours ago, I started Thief of Silver and Souls. I read 21%, which is actually pretty good. That's 108 pages. So the book is actually a little less than 500 pages. It's a little bit more reasonable than I expected, but I want to talk about what the book's about because I'm curious, to say the least. In this book, the female character's name is Ivy. Ivy is obviously the protagonist. She's a sorcerer, but sorcerers are not seen as good people in this world. Unfortunately, they're usually executed, so she is repressing and holding in her magic the entire book. At least from the beginning of the book, you see her instantly trying to suppress it and telling it, don't show itself, because she can be executed for it. One day she hears a scream, she goes into an alley, and there's a woman with a knife in her throat, like literally in it, and she tries to save her life, and unfortunately it doesn't work, but something happens when she tries to save her life. When she touches her and tries to help her, her soul transfers into her own. And so this random woman's soul goes into Ivy's body, and now they're kind of like sharing a body. So this woman's name is Julita, and Julita is in the body of Ivy, or at least her conscience is. She's talking to her, she's trying to understand who did this to her, and so they're trying to kind of figure out this mystery together as we progress through the story. The actual storyline affects Ivy, I think something to do with sorcerers, like evil sorcerers, so she wants to figure out what this group is and who they are. And so to do that, she goes to an academy, like a college setting, to kind of figure out what's happening, because Julita used to go there, and so she goes there to talk to the 4 men that she was working with. She's going in, she doesn't really say anything about what happened to Julita, but she's trying to get information from these 4 guys. The 4 guys are, of course, the love interests of the story. We have Stavros, who is my favorite because he is the redhead. He has like blood red hair, and instantly that was a win for me. He's also like a general. He used to work in an army, and so that's fun. He was a commander. We have Casimir, who has more like a reddish brown, like a reddish blonde brown hair color. He's like kind of like a little bit of a sweetheart. I kind of like him, but he doesn't have much screen time. We've only had like 2 scenes with the men in it, so I don't really know much about him. We have Alec. He has like bronze skin. He wears a leather mask and he has black hair. And then last but not least, we have Benedict. He is sun-kissed skin and blonde hair. I don't mind blonde hair with him though, because it's like rumpled and short, so I can handle that. I'm curious about him. He seems kind of like the playboy of the group. I'm curious about learning more about the guys, because they're not really in it a lot right now. Although I have heard that this story is mostly like a very slow burn. There's no romance in book 1, which I actually kind of like that, how there's no romance in this book. Obviously, I'm gonna be probably wanting it later on. Like I'm probably gonna be like, okay, please give me something, because I'm probably going to be on the edge of my seat with some romance. I want some romance. But if it takes a whole book for them to do anything, I actually wouldn't mind that. Like I said, I'm only 21% in, and I don't really know much about the storyline as a whole, but it is pretty interesting. There is also one plot line I find really cool, and it's that at a certain age, I think it's like 12 or 13 years old, you actually have to do this thing for the gods. You have to sacrifice something to the gods to get like a boon, I guess you can say. And so at around a certain age, you have to do this passage, and you have to give up a part of your body to appease the gods and get a boon from them, or like get something from them, like magic wise. And so every single character for the most part has something that they are missing or whatever in some way, because they chose to do it themselves, or they chose to do it to get the god's favor. For example, we'll like get rid of one of their fingers to get magic. Some people will lose one of their eyes, which is a really big thing to get rid of. Some people will lose a whole limb just to get more magic or a boon from the gods. I think that's like really cool to me. I really like the concept of that. I'm sure it's happened before in other books, but I haven't heard of that myself. So I actually really like the concept of that. That's really cool. I'm probably not going to come back until I finish the book and kind of give an overall rating. I kind of want to just give an idea of what the book is about before I talked about the book itself at the end and talk about how I feel about it. I'm probably going to be baking soon, because there is a baking challenge I take part in every month. It's like Sally's baking challenge, and you can win a gift card for like $250 if you participate. So I might be doing that because it's almost the end of the month. It's the 25th of February, so I want to get this done quickly. I think it's like a chocolate peanut butter cake thing. It's like you put it in a little ceramic bowl. I have it right here. Put it in this little ceramic bowl and you put it in the oven, and it has like this little lava cake kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm going to be making that. Probably gives you some b-roll before I get to the next segment of the video. It is a little bit early in the morning, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be eating it right away. I feel like it's best when it's warm though. It's 10 a.m. I don't know if I want to have like a chocolate cake in the morning. I mean, I could have done it. I could do it. I'm not opposed to it, but also I don't know if I'm in the mood for it right now. So I'm gonna make it anyway very soon, probably within the next hour or two. I'll do a little b-roll and then cut to the end of this and then get to my second book. So let's see what I feel about the book, how I feel about it when I finish it, and overall thoughts. So I will do that in a minute when I get back to you after some b-roll. Well, we're starting off the video strong with this one. I've read over half of Thief of Silver and Souls, and unfortunately I DNF'd it at 54%. So this is a good start to the video so far. Listen, I loved the concepts, I liked the ideas. I really liked a lot of the ideas it had and a lot of the things it's doing, but I just couldn't get into it. I feel like the mystery aspect wasn't really interesting to me. I find myself not really liking books with mystery in it. I don't really know why. Like even Belladonna with romance and mystery combined, it just doesn't really work for me, which is weird because I feel like I love both of those things, but I don't know why I don't love them together. Or maybe it's just like the execution isn't for me. I don't know, but I am just so annoyed at myself for not wanting to read this book because I was trying to push through it. I was trying to read it, but I felt like I just wasn't interested enough in it. And it sucks because I liked so many of the concepts and ideas. I just couldn't get into it. It just felt like it wasn't enough for me. I loved that the book was so slow burn. Like there's going to be like nothing in this book. Supposedly there's very minimum, if not anything in this book. Like I think it's not until the next book where there's even any scenes at all, and I love that. I love slow burn. Like give me an entire book where they don't do anything at all and they start to have like some pining and interest, but even the romance wasn't really enough to keep me interested, which is pretty bad. The slow burn, it wasn't even an issue, it was just my interest in the book not being high enough. So unfortunately I DNF'd this book. Nothing really wrong with the book itself, I just wasn't really able to keep myself interested. I think it was a little bit too slow paced in a lot of ways, and there wasn't really anything really keeping interest for me at least. So I just couldn't get into it, and I don't really want to continue a series if it's not going to be something I will enjoy. I also heard that some of the books later on, like the next few books, people don't really love either. So I think just to be safe, I'm going to keep this, you know, as a DNF for now, but nothing really ill-will toward the book or author. I'm not going to rate it, even though I did read half of it. So with that, we're going to move on to another book because I DNF'd this one. So let's see what the next book is. I don't have time to film that right now, so I will go and record the part of me filming it next time I'm ready to do it, and then we will get to the second book. So fast forward to me in my next clip, wherever that is. Hello readers, I am here, I'm back. I actually did add one in here, so there's still 271. It did not go down. And then I have 2 more I have to add. So it's not going down at all, help me. That being said, let's just pick another one out, see what it is, and yeah, let's see what I end up getting. So let's get to the second one for the video and see what romance I'm gonna be reading today. This one. Okay, this is number 542, and this is a pink, so this is a monogamous romance, which usually means it's just like a female male character, and it's only 2 of them, so no white shoes for this one. This is by Victoria Page, and this is Scorned Vows. Okay, let me see what this book is. I actually think that these don't need to be read in order because they're not numbered, so I might just read Scorned Vows, which is an arranged marriage romance. He was a perfect husband until she got pregnant. This is why I added it to my list. I am one of the few people who actually enjoy pregnancy in my romances sometimes if it's done well, so this is why I added it. So I guess I will be reading Scorned Vows, which is the second installment, although there doesn't seem to be an order to the books. It's like all standalones. A standalone mafia billionaire romance. Me and mafia romance, not usually my thing, but I haven't really tried it, so maybe I'll like it. Maybe I just have to give it a shot and see if I enjoy it. Oh no, I'm a bit nervous. So there's an arranged marriage and she ends up getting pregnant, and of course he becomes a lot more stoic, which makes me nervous because I don't really like when that happens. I like when the guy is, you know, a good person to his pregnant partner because, you know, that's kind of how it should be. So I'm a little bit worried that he's going to be an a-hole. Oof. And you know what? I'll see how I feel about this book. This is one of the books out of 5 in the Scorned Fate series. This has 488 pages, and this was released January of last year. So it's a rather new release, and I'm hopeful for it. I like the cover. It's very spring vibes with the flowers. It's kind of pretty actually, but a little bit wary of going into this one. Let me get to this book, come back to you, and tell you how I feel about it because I am genuinely curious if I'll actually like this or not. We'll see in a second. I'm on chapter 1. Chapter 1 I just finished. What am I reading? I'm so afraid to keep going. I'll talk to you about this soon. So usually this would be my update as to how I feel about the book so far. I mean, you know, I started it, I got, you know, some ways through it, maybe like 50, 100 pages through it. Well, unfortunately, that's not what's happening right now. I got 15 pages into Scorned Vows. 15 pages. And I DNF'd it. I DNF'd it really quick, and I feel kind of bad about it. I mean, I don't want to be mean to the author. If the author's watching this, please do not watch this video. Please do not. Don't do it. Because I'm about to go into why I didn't like the book. Because I'm about to go into detail, PG detail, because it's YouTube, about what happened in the first 15 pages and why I didn't like it, okay? So let's get into it. We're following two characters. We have Luca is the male main protagonist. Natalia is the female lead of this book. It starts off not great. I mean, the first page, I was kind of iffy about it, but I wanted to keep going a little bit because I didn't want to judge the first page alone. Natalia sees her husband that she just married about an hour ago or less making out with another woman. So she runs off, she's crying. Her mother is there to support her, but she's also like, he's a mafia man. This is what they do, you know? They just sleep with other women and this is how it's going to be with you in a relationship with him. And then the friend comes in of Natalia and she's like, hey, your husband had just kicked that woman out. So clearly it wasn't something that he wanted. He didn't want this woman to kiss him. And so it's like, okay, maybe he's not that bad of a person. Maybe he's not a bad guy. Then he walks into the scene not long afterward. And then we see them getting ready to head to the room because it is their wedding night after all. Next chapter is chapter 2, and that is them in the room together. And Luca asks Natalia, are you a virgin? And she says no. And actually this made me a little bit relieved because I feel like it's pretty common for mafia books for the female lead to be a virgin. It's kind of annoying, you know, but she says no, she's not. And so they go into the room, things start to happen. How do I put this nicely for the internet? Luca decides to use his mouth for something that isn't speaking, and she has a great time. And then I think for her, this is her first ever moment of completion of her life. Even though I think she mentioned that she's done it before, but not this good. And she's like, oh, that's how that's supposed to feel. So she clearly isn't very, you know, well knowledge in that area, which is fine. And so he finishes that and he's like, okay, let's get into the business of it. This is our marriage, you know, this is our wedding night. So let's get done to the deed. And this whole moment, all this, the dialogue, everything is just so not like a normal dialogue you hear in real life. The dialogue just felt kind of awkward. She's like, oh, I can't get my dress. He's like, do you need help with your dress? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't ask if you needed help with your dress. Okay, something like that. And I'll put it up here. It's it felt like robots talking to each other, okay? So anyway, back to the bedroom. Luca and Natalia are about to, you know, do the deed. And he asks her again, are you a virgin? And she's like, no, I'm not. Come to find out as he, you know, it happens, she actually technically by society standards is, and he wonders why she lied. And it's because, well, I've had other experiences with my partners in the past, I've done other things, and in my opinion that still counts. And honestly, that's completely valid and fine. Obviously I do agree with that. The whole concept is dumb anyway, it's a social construct, all that. But also if a guy asks you if you're a virgin, you kind of know what he's implying, okay? For some people, it's painful for the first time, and so she's in pain. She starts to cry. I'm not sure if it's because of the pain or because of the emotional moment of this part for her. Maybe she feels so emotional that she's crying. I don't know which one it is, but she's crying. And Luca starts to wipe her tears. But instead of saying, hey, maybe let's take a break, let's pause, let me talk to her, let me make sure she's okay. No. Luca instead says, well, it already happened. Literally, he's like, it's too late. It already happened. So might as well keep going. But then she just lays there and he just finishes on his own without any dialogue, without making sure she's okay. And he climaxed in the most unclimaxable way. It was such an anticlimactic scene despite his climax, okay? There's no conversations. And when they do have conversations, it was so awkward and not very human to human. It felt like robots talking to each other. And it felt so weird and uncomfortable. Luca, I didn't like him. I mean, the fact that he just finished without even saying anything, and then he pulls out and he's like, hey, do you want, I'm gonna run you a bath so you can take a bath. Sure, that's nice and all, but you just treated her like she was an object, kind of. You didn't even ask if she was okay. You didn't talk to her throughout it. You didn't reassure her. You didn't take your time or wait, pause, I don't know. And the scene wasn't really real done. I will say this has only ever happened to me once before. So this is the second time it's ever happened where I DNF'd a book right when a smut scene finished because of how, no offense to the author again, how bad this smut scene was. This has a 3.9 rating, so clearly people do enjoy it. So maybe this is a me problem and not a book problem or an author problem. But I just couldn't get into it. And so, not a great time, I will say. It's only 15 pages. And that's all I need to say about it. It was so fast-paced to an extent where it was just I was getting whiplash. It just starts off quick. It gets to the next scene very quickly. If you like a fast burn, this is perfect because they get married and they're instantly just going at it. Well, she's kind of just laying there because it hurts. I don't know how I felt about it, okay? It just felt weird and I didn't like it. So yeah, I DNF'd it within the first 15 pages. And That's enough for me, okay? That's enough for me. I'm really sad that 2 books already are DNFs because I really wanted to like the books I was obviously going to be picking. I wanted to pick books I enjoyed, and unfortunately 2 so far that I just started with I didn't like and I DNF'd, and I'm very annoyed with it because I want to like these books. But the thing with at least the first one, the Silver Soul, whatever that one's called, at least with that one I could have potentially kept going and like forced myself through it. I would have probably given it like a 3 stars. I just wasn't really in the mood for it. It wasn't really my thing, but it wasn't bad in my opinion. It was actually kind of interesting in some aspects, but I just didn't love it and I didn't really feel myself absorbed into it. The Scorn Vows, it was already giving me like a 2-star vibe, if not lower. I didn't give it enough of a fair shot to actually give it a star rating, so I'm not going to say what I would have actually given it because I didn't give enough of a shot, but from what I read, not for me. Definitely not for me. Because I DNF'd this book within the first few minutes of reading it, that means I can actually choose another book. I have 1 week left of my KU before it expires and I, don't have it anymore. So let's get into our final choice for the month. And I'm so nervous. If I DNF this one too, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm so nervous, but whatever. Let's just see what I end up getting. Let's just choose another one. I kind of want Why Choose. I want Why Choose right now. This one. This is also not a Why Choose. I'm just choosing it. Until I find a blue one, I'm gonna keep going. Nope. Found a blue one. Found a blue one. I'm happy with this. All right, we got number 513, a blue one, which is what I wanted. And this is obviously Why Choose. I don't know if I can show you first, but I'll try, even though I'm sure none of you really want to look it up or anything, but yeah. Let's see what book this is. Emily Rath, Beautiful Things. I know Emily Rath. Wait. I want you, I need you, oh God. Emily Rath. I need to look at who this author is. She wrote the Jacksonville Ray series. Are you kidding me? There's potential. This is a historical romance, a Regency romance. I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't read a Regency romance before, and I feel like I don't know if I'll like it. So this is very hit or miss. But this is a Why Choose Regency romance written by Emily Rath. I love the Jacksonville Ray series, so I'm actually excited for this one. I know I like the author's writing, so there's a chance. There's a chance. There's 3 books in this series, so this is a trilogy. This is 466 pages, which is doable, but still a little bit chunky. This book was released March 25th, 2022, which is my birthday. It was released on my birthday 3 years ago. Maybe this is destiny, or it's going to be the biggest disappointment of my life, so we'll find out. I'm not going to read the whole synopsis, but I'm going to read the very small what this book is about, okay? Beautiful Things is a steamy, slow burn romance set in the Regency era. The female main character has multiple suitors. She won't settle for just one. All the main characters are in their 20s. I will talk about what this book is about, more details about that, and the guys and the characters in my second update. So the next update you will see me talking about the characters, what it's about, how I feel about it, and then we will get to the final end of the video where I talk about this book. I am, again, a little bit nervous. It might actually be good because I need to read a good book for this video. We'll see if it ends up actually being something I enjoy, but I have some hope for this one. Just a smidge, okay? Just a smidge. I have bad news, guys. I have bad news. I have bad news. For one, I'm sick. I'm so tired of being sick. It's the second time in the last month I've been sick. I don't feel great, so I'm not gonna make this too long of a part of the video because I don't think I could talk too much. I don't feel well. Another very unfortunate thing is that, guess what? Guess what, guys? I DNF'd it. I DNF'd this book. I DNF'd Beautiful Things by Emily Rath, and I'm so upset about it. Because for one, Emily Rath is amazing. I just found out that she spoke out politically about things, and I'm so happy. Like, I like her so much now, and I appreciate her so much. Let me take these off. Yeah, Emily Rath is amazing. I saw her social media stuff, and amazing. I love her. I just read Pucking Ever After Volume 1 like 2 days ago, and I was crying, and I loved it so much I gave it a 4 stars, but still, I still really enjoyed my time reading it. I like her Jacksonville Ray series, but this book did not work for me, unfortunately. I'm not sure if I'm interested in Regency romances. I feel like I love the concept of Regency romances, but the execution of it, I just don't know if it works for me for some reason. Like, I love the concepts because it's like a slow burn, and it's like the pining and like the very subtle touches and stuff. And it sounds like something that's right up my alley because I love slow burn, but like, why doesn't it work for me? I'm just done. I'm tired. This video was a flop. I wanted to do a video where I was gonna like love these books. What happened? What happened? I got 1 month free for Kindle Unlimited, so I'm actually gonna do this again. So I'm going to be reading another 3 books soon, and I'm a little bit nervous. I'm hoping it works out. At least one. If I like one, I'll be happy. But let's talk about this book and why I didn't like it. So our main character of this book, the female character, is Rosalie. Rosalie is kind of not from like a well-off family, but she goes to, I don't even know what happens. There's 3 men in the story who capture her attention, or she kind of captures their attention, actually. We have Burke. I actually kind of like Burke. He's the guy that is introduced in the beginning with the horses, and he like brings her to the manor, and he wears a hat. where like his hair kind of spills out the sides of it. I kind of like him. He reminds me of Gilbert Blythe, so I kind of like him. Then we have Lord James Corbin, who is the son, no, he's the brother of the Duke. So like he's pretty much, I guess, second in line of being a Duke, but yeah, he's kind of like the only one that has a bit of like, not royalty, but you know what I mean. And then we have Lieutenant Tom Renly. I actually really like him. He's one of my favorites. He has blonde hair. So, you know, it kind of counteracts each other a little bit. I made it to 32% of the way through, and it did say it was going to be a slow burn, and it kind of was, but the problem is there was a lot of hinting and like insinuation toward steamier topics. Like literally the first time that Rosalie and Burke meet, and they do the one horse trope, he mentions, because he's behind her, like randomly lewd things, and they just started to, like, this book just started. So I'm like, okay, I get it, it's a slow burn, but like, why are you insinuating these sensual things? Like, can you just take it down a notch, please? I think I looked ahead to see, and it looked as if they do things in the book one. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I feel like it should have at least taken a whole book for them to at least get closer together. But this is also Emily Rath I'm talking about, so what did I expect? But yeah, I have literally no notes written down other than the fact that there's a lot of like hints to intimacy, or like hints to things that are happening to the male characters, and liking her and wanting to do things with her, but just like thought about, it's never like acted upon. But still, I was like, okay, please calm down guys. Like, I understand you're men and you can't control yourselves. I'm being sarcastic, by the way, but like, just calm down. Calm down. I didn't love the pacing. I didn't love the dynamic. It wasn't my favorite. I don't think I hated it, but this one I just didn't really love. So I don't know. And then there were like more like little twists and turns, and I kind of liked that, but also I wasn't really interested enough to know what they were. I even made a bingo board for this video so I can like mark off tropes that happen in all these books and see if I could get like a bingo. Nothing happens if I get one, but I really wanted to do that. I never got around to it because I DNF'd them all. Also because I forgot to do it. But if I ever do a second video, which I plan on doing, this will be done. I will be marking off the tropes and seeing what ones come up for each book, and I'm excited to do so. I'm going to be using it for all 3 books so I can see if I get like 5 in a row. So I'll be doing that for the next video, seeing if I get any things on my bingo board, because I want to use it. It's fun. I like going through the books and then like marking them off as I go. So I'll do that next time. But for this video, unfortunately, I DNF'd every single book I started. And again, I'm sorry that I didn't really finish any of them, and I didn't really, you know, do the thing I was supposed to do, but I just couldn't do it, okay? I am happy though that I took 3 books off of my wish lists so I can actually reduce the amount I have. Although I'm pretty sure I added more, so counterintuitive. But at least I read some of the books. I tried them out, see if I liked them. And because I don't actually own these books, I don't feel bad DNFing them. So I don't mind, you know, DNFing some of the books. I just wanted to try, see if I enjoyed. I really like doing this though, because it brings down the amount of books I want to get to or try. And so this is like one of the few times I've actually done that. I usually don't touch my wish lists. I don't really read the books on those because I tend to just gravitate toward other books and not really try my wish lists. So I'm actually kind of excited to do this and like reduce my number, hopefully, and at least try the books, because that's kind of why I have them there. I want to try them and see if I like them, and if I do like them, continue the series. And I really want to find like a favorite for me, even like people I've never heard of before. I really want to push that because I like to promote self-published and indie authors, and this is a way to do that for me. So I'm really happy to continue this one day. Like I said, I do have another month free for April, so I'll be doing another video for you guys, and I'm excited to do that because why not? So put a heart down below, any color you want, to symbolize the romance aspect of this video. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are here, I appreciate you so much. I know my romance stuff isn't really the most watched on my channel, which is ironic because romance is like one of my most read genres. I know that a lot of people on my channel read a lot of fantasy. So if you are watching this, thank you so much for supporting me, supporting my videos, and just being here, because I appreciate you. Have a great day, read some incredible books, and I hope to see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone.